Hi, I'm Brent Stone, winemaker, King Estate, and we're going to try our 2016 sparkling wine, our King Estate Brut Cuvée. So this is our first sparkling wine in 8 vintages. As many know, sparkling wine is a labor of love. A lot of care goes into every step. It starts in the vineyard. Grapes are grown and picked specifically for sparkling wine. So we pick the grapes when they are lower in sugar and higher in acidity. So once the grapes come in from the vineyard, rather than press them immediately like we normally would, we put them in the cooler overnight. The goal there is to chill them down to really promote this gentle extraction. You want to really minimize any kind of hard press of the grapes. You want to minimize phenolics and bitterness. So we put them in the cooler overnight, chill them down to 40 degrees, pull them out the next day, and we do a light press. We actually take the first 10 to 12 gallons per ton and we throw it out. And that's because you get a lot of dust and sediment on the grapes that we don't actually want to go into sparkling wine. From there, we continue to light press and we take what's known as the Cuve, or the heart of the grape. And that's known as probably the most premium part of the grape. It's got the highest acidity and the best aging potential. From there, the juice goes to tank and we ferment. We ferment low and cool like we would a white wine. It's a very slow fermentation, 45 to 60 days. And from there it'll stay in tank and it'll age for 6 to 8 months on the lees. At that point we rack the wine and we get ready for a second fermentation. That fermentation is going to occur in bottle. So we basically re-inoculate or add yeast to the tank and then bottle it. And that's where a lot of the effervescence, the bubbles happen. That's actually a byproduct of the fermentation that happens in bottle. And then from there, the wine continues to age. It's called tirage aging, and that's basically in bottle on the lees. And in most cases, the longer the tirage aging, the more premium the product. So in regions like Champagne, they require a minimum of 3 years on tirage. And while there's no standard in Oregon for tirage aging, we hold ourselves to that same standard. So the 2016 King Estate Sparkling has 3 years tirage aging. And what you're really trying to do there is promote a lot of complexity, a lot of richness as it ages on the lees. When that aging period is up, we go through a process that's called disgorgement, and that's basically removal of the dead yeast, and then we add back just a small amount of residual sugar. And the point of doing that is to balance a lot of the acidity that's left in the wine. So you get this very lovely, rich, effervescent, balanced sparkling wine. There's actually a lot of similarities between Champagne and the Willamette Valley when you consider, the grape varieties and the growing conditions. Traditional grape varieties used in Champagne are Chardonnay, Pinot Noir, and Pinot Meunier, 2 of which are in the Brut Cuvée. This is a blend of 83% Pinot Noir and 17% Chardonnay. So we use some of the traditional varieties that are used in Champagne. Another unique thing about the 2016 Brut Cuvée is it's vintage sparkling. So similar to vintage Champagne, it is solely made from the grapes harvested in the calendar year 2016. This differs from a lot of sparkling you might see on the market, which is non-vintage. So it's a blend of multiple years, and there's nothing wrong with that. But in general, vintage sparkling wines, vintage champagnes command a higher price because they're an expression wholly of that particular year and viewed as kind of the most premium style of sparkling wine. Nice, it's very fresh, but complex at the same time. It's got great mousse. The quality of the bubbles and the retention there is very pleasant overall. Got a lot of citrus notes in this, some lime zest and lemon oil, and then some of the notes from the tirage aging, some creaminess, some hazelnuts, some honey. It's great, complex but balanced sparkling. It's quite nice.